Any last attendees? I think it's going to be quite an intimate setting, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's fine.
No, as long as it's recording and we can basically actually, all the time I'm thinking about recording stuff, but it's hard to record between you to yourself, like talking to yourself and explaining to yourself in a way that there is no counterparty that you explain to, so it's different. So sometimes I even need one person to explain it to, and then we can record it and broadcasting that.
Well, you can explain it to me, Yoda, because I still don't understand it. So I think with that, we're going to get started. So everyone, I am Banksy, and I am a volunteer for the Quantum Foundation, and I moderate, as everyone knows, many of Yoda's Telegram channels, and I'm also an investor in the projects, and I've been active in the group and close with Yoda since I invested in 2021. Today, Yoda is going to present his new project called NFT Protection, which is a new NFT exchange that includes insurance for the buyers and the sellers. So it's like Yoda's other DeFi protocols that he's come up with. This is completely unique. Hasn't been seen before. All new technology, all built from scratch, fully decentralized. And we're also going to introduce to the community Lori Harding, who is our new value add NFT expert that, as everyone knows, Yoda's been out there trying to bring in some marketing ninjas, as he calls them, to assist with the projects at founder levels. And Lori, we were fortunate enough to entice to join us on the NFT project. So Lori's going to provide some background and his views on why this project has value for the NFT space. So we're going to start off with Yoda walking everyone through the project. I will ask some questions, if any come up in the chat, or I have any, and then we'll let Lori make his introduction. So with that said, go ahead, Yoda.
All right, good. So what they're going to do, I'm going to basically present a new protocol, which I believe will not only change the game how NFT industries works, but also it will probably lead the way very fast, like instantly will take over the market and will provide stuff that other protocols cannot even be close to. In order to understand how big that thing is going to be and why it's needed, I want to first give you kind of a quick background about why it started. And for those of you that been in the crypto industry for a very long time, it will sound familiar as I might continue to explain that. So if you remember the crypto industry, not the NFT industry, the crypto industry had a lot of bull run, bear market, and every time it changed himself, like moved to the next level and upgrade the previous level, and every time it's become to be more and more sophisticated or efficient technology. And the old days of 2017, when people used to invest in crypto, most likely using soft agreements, there was an issue back then that exists exactly right now with the NFT industry. And that issue was liquidity. There was no liquidity back then, because if you remember in 2017, there was very few good marketplaces like Coinbase or Kraken, but they didn't let everybody to get in. Even today, they don't let everybody to get in. So most of the project had to trade on second tier, which they are not good volume. And what that means is that whoever bought into token in 2017 made a lot of money on paper, but it couldn't exit because there was no daily trading to exit from. So everybody say, "Oh, you become to be a multi-millionaire." Yeah, theoretically on paper, but then after the bear market come along, all those millions become to be nothing. And that's a sad story of how 2017 bull run ran. In 2019, the game has been changed because Uniswap introduced a new protocol called AMM, automated market making, and basically it allows you to avoid exchanges. In other words, you don't need to apply to Coinbase in order to have liquidity. You can go to Uniswap and overnight, in the middle of the night, you can set up your own liquidity and have exit strategy to your own investors. And what makes it cool about it is that it's no longer peer-to-peer, which means you do not even need a counterparty to sell your token to. It's a peer-to-contract. You can basically interact with a protocol and not with a human being. And that changed the game. And actually, it's also laid the ground to what we're familiar with today called DeFi. I mean, there is no insurance, there is no leverage, there is no lending protocol, there is no a derivative protocol, there is no option protocol without peer-to-contract, right? So that kind of brought into the industry new type of niche that show us in 2021 how the bull market of 2017 was nothing compared to 2021, right? The bull one was even better and larger. And if you even remember those days that everybody say crypto is dead in 2018 when market tanked and people kind of say rest in peace Bitcoin, that was the old days. And what I want to say about it is that look on today NFT market. A week ago, everybody say NFT is dead, right? You remember that? And not only that, the problem that NFT is facing is exactly the same problem that the crypto faced in 2017. There is no liquidity. There is some centralized exchange like OpenSea. And when you go over there, you have to do peer-to-peer, which means if you're buying an NFT, you're holding a zero-sum game, which means you're holding a loss. And you only have a game once and if you will find a counterparty to sell that NFT to, right? Now, the problem with NFT is that they're not like Bitcoin or Ethereum that you have one of many. They're unique. So with Ethereum, at least you see the daily trading. So you know, even if you're not listing, that you can sell it because you can see the daily trading every day. With NFT that is unique, there is no such kind of thing, daily trading. There is something called floor, which is not even a floor, it's a honeypot. People using fake wallet in order to buy from their own collection in order to boost the floor, in order to track people in to buy because they're thinking that there is a buy power. And after they do that, they've been left with nothing, right? So what it's telling you is that the NFT industry right now has the same problem that the crypto industry had. And another thing I want to add to that before we move into what we build is, does the NFT market is dead, or will it be dead down the road? And the answer for that is absolutely not. And the reason for that is because NFT represent a deed, digital deed. And in the future, you are not going to have NFT just as art as we see it today. You have deed in many shape and form. If you want to sell your house, it's unique deed, digital deed. You need an NFT. If you want to sell your car, it's unique deed. If you want to be hired as employee, it's digital deed. If you want to sell future salary, like take a loan, or even to get a credit score, every time it's digital deed. Music, you want to buy Beyonce or Sweet Taylor music royalty, it will be digital deed. So the NFT is going to be larger than the crypto market, but it cannot become to be larger yet because it's instrument, it's a financial instrument, but everybody treated that as a product. If you go to OpenSea or even Blur, all you see is like a product list on a gallery, like it was eBay. You click, you buy, you exit. But NFT is not a product. I know that people buying art and real estate and car because they like the car, but nobody in the world really going to have sufficient industry like real estate or art or car business if there was no secondary financial industry to sell it to. Who is crazy enough to buy $1 million house without knowing that he can sell it forward to at least more than what he bought it for, right? That's what drives those economies. So what I'm saying is that right now, the NFT industry do not have infrastructure for financial. There is no DeFi around NFT, even though it's financial instrument. And what it's telling you is that we're going to bring to the NFT industry, the peer-to-contract, the DeFi, is going to do to the NFT whatever Uniswap did to the crypto. It's going to change the game in the way that's never been done before. That being said, now that you understand the history and why the NFT is not going away, but also where it's struggling to kick off, now we will show you what we worked on in the last 2.5 years. We spent a lot of time and money to build this protocol. It was, I mean, there is more than 50 smart contracts around it, more than 1 million line of code into it. It's a very, very, very massive beast. The good thing is that if we will go live with that, it's not like Blur and OpenSea that fight between themselves who can stay longer with 0 fees, and OpenSea overnight reduce the fee temporarily to 0 to fight back. No, if we'll go live with that, they will not be able to build it because it takes a long time to build infrastructure like that. So what it's telling you during the bull market that come along, nobody will be able to do quick magic and fight back against that such of a power, right? And that's what will probably let us to lead the market and take over the market very fast. Now we're going to share what is it that we built and how it's going to change the game and how it's going to bring DeFi into the NFT industry. And also it will make sense to you as a holder of Smart or Degen or any other protocol, why it's going to benefit the entire ecosystem and also you personally, right? One other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen. So I will be able to present that protocol to you, right? I will share it, and if somebody can tell me if it's can see.
Yeah, we're good. We can see.
Yeah. All right. Good. Good. Okay. So so this is NFT protection, and as the name suggests, is basically provide protection. And what that means that there is basically a unique protocol here that on top of that protocol we built many more financial instruments, but the basic protocol is basically the protection one, right? 100% success policy protection. And I will explain you first how that works and what that means, right? And I will give you even an example. So let's say someone want to buy an NFT, right? So let's assume that I want to buy an NFT. So instead of find my NFT that I like and just go and deploy money, imagine to yourself that I can deploy the money, but if I change my mind from any reason, no question asked, imagine to yourself that I can get my money back, right? So in other words, imagine that I'm holding two positions. I bought the NFT and I didn't buy the NFT at the same time. I will see the future first, how it will play along. And if I like it, I will go ahead and basically keep it. If I don't like it, I will get my money back. So how that works? The NFT protection acting pretty much like Uber. You know, there is Uber like driver and rider, and Uber facilitating those two with each other. So NFT protection do not provide insurance. What it's doing is provide the infrastructure to allow seller and buyer to protect each other. And how it works, let's say I'm a seller, I have collection that I created. Let's say I created 1,000 NFTs. I never sold any NFT in my life, and I want to go to OpenSea and sell those NFTs. The chance that I will sell those NFTs on OpenSea or Blur, it will be very, very poor. And the reason for that, first, there is tons of NFTs out there, millions. Actually, now with AI, you can create so many great looking NFTs, but you cannot identify which one is a hero, which one is a zero. They all look good, right? And if I will go to NFT without any megaphone on Twitter to announce to the world that I exist, most likely all my 1,000 NFTs on OpenSea will stay on the shelf and will not going to be sold. And if I'm lucky, maybe one or two will be sold down the road. And that's the reality, which means it's become to be a game for the 1% that know how, or the 1% that already made it and they have a megaphone to communicate that. Now, with with NFT protection, what I can do, I can change the game. I can increase my success rate. I can increase my sell rate. How do I do that? I go to NFT protection and I basically listing my NFT and I providing insurance to the seller. I basically say to the seller, listen, if you buy my NFT and let's say I want $1,000 per NFT, I will not take your money and spend it right away. What will happen? The insurance protocol will hold it in your behalf during the protection time. And it's me to decide as a seller how long the protection will be. So for example, if I want to list an NFT, I can come to my wallet here, what NFT I have, and then I can basically choose the guideline. I can say, okay, I'm willing to provide protection. Let's say I want to protect 10 days or 100 days or 365 days. Actually, I can protect 0 days or 10 years. It's all up to me how long I want to protect the seller. And then I can charge deductible fees. What deductible fees meaning? That as long as the seller bought the NFT and didn't cancel, he pay me nothing. There's no cost for me as a seller. But if it will cancel, trigger the insurance, I will have a deductible fee. I can charge 10%, I can charge 20%, I can charge 5%, 50%, whatever the heck I want, right? And by basically setting up what the criteria of insurance that they're willing to provide, people can buy this NFT and basically they are protected. If from any reason, no question asked, the market go down, somebody changes his mind, it just need money for different reason, without talking with me, he can click cancellation, trigger the smart contract, the insurance smart contract, get his money back with the same token that he invests with. If you deploy it, you get it back, right? And I get deductible fee. So if I have 1,000 NFTs, which I want, let's say $1,000 for each, on OpenSea, I will be lucky if I will sell any. Here, if I sold the entire $1 million income stream for 1,000 NFTs, and everybody cancel, assuming that I really provide something that everybody changed their mind, I'm still going to make money because I have deductible fee as an insurer. I will make $100,000 just from providing insurance. So basically, I'm holding also two positions. I'm holding position as a seller or as insurer. Which one I'm going to be, I don't know yet, but I have both. Now, I also can provide alternative to deductible fee. What that mean alternative? I can say to the seller, sorry, to the buyer, I can say to the buyer, listen, if you agree that during that protection time, let's say 365 days, we will send your money instead of holding it in the insurance protocol, we'll send to Compine or Earn Finance or Venus, all those decentralized third-party staking protocol. And why the seller need to agree to that? Because there is a risk. If he will cancel and get his money back, he will not get the ETH. He will get wrap ETH from Compine, and he need to go to Compine it to cash it out. Which means if Compine in 1 year from now will not be exist, he will holding wrap nothing, right? So it's requiring people to agree that they trust Compine or those third-party decentralized staking. Obviously, billions of dollars trading on those protocols anyway, so people trust in it. But listen to that. If I will offer leverage staking, I can even offer 0 deductible fee. I can say to a person, hey, go and buy whatever you like. See if you have it scaling or if it's appreciated over the time, if you make good decision. If not, get your entire money back, like 0 deductible and basically no hard feeling. You even didn't pay a penny for making the wrong decision. And during that time, whether the buyer execute or cancel, it doesn't matter because as a seller, I keep the APY from Compine. So if I sold $1 million and everybody cancel, I get the APY. If I sold $1 million of collection and everybody keep it, I still keep the APY. So in both cases, everybody winning here. Now, the good thing about buying an NFT from NFT Protection, other protection, is that what can happen is that I have the right as a buyer, everybody have the right as a buyer to take that NFT and basically resell it forward. So imagine to yourself that you bought an NFT with 1 year protection. You can change your mind, get your money back. And you bought it for $1,000 and your money is safe, right? Now, what you do, you go in and relist it, let's say $2,000. And instead of 10% deductible, maybe you want 15% deductible. And then you relisting it to the next buyer. If you're smart, you're probably not going to offer 10 years deductible. You're probably going to offer the same as you received, minus a day or two buffer. So if somebody will cancel on you, you will cancel on your seller. So theoretically, people can keep flipping basically the NFT forward, but everybody has protection. So even if everybody triggering the insurance, everybody is still making money, right? And why it's important? It's important because that's what will bring volume into that industry. Those that know a little bit economy history, back then, 300 years ago, there was no money in the money industry. There was no liquidity. If a lender lend you a money and you give him a note for lending money against your house, that's it. It's you and him for 30 years. But 300 years ago, somebody invented the note that you can resell it forward. And today, when you take a loan against your house, guess what? Your bank did not keep the note. You sell it to a bigger bank, that sell it to a bigger bank, that sell it to a bigger bank, and eventually maybe sell to the public, right, on the stock market. So the same house keeps selling again and again, the note, the lending, selling again and again. And that's what brings basically financial liquidity into the world. And that part do not exist right now in the NFT industry. It's instrument, it's a financial instrument, and there is no financial infrastructure yet and liquidity yet around it. And that's what will bring it in. Now, one of the things that is also interesting about NFT protection, now that you understand that there is an insurance protocol, is that the fact that people not necessarily need to know about NFT protection, which means if everybody listing on Blur and OpenSea, which is the scenario today, NFT protection will have as an aggregator all the NFTs in the world. Millions of them will be here. All of them, all the NFTs that exist in the world will be on NFT protection. So if somebody make an offer, meaning either you're not happy with whatever the guy offered, or you want to set up your own terms, or maybe the guy is not listing here, so he doesn't even know that this offer, this protocol exists. So you can basically go ahead and make any kind of offer that you like. And by making an offer, you can set your own terms, right? And what will happen the moment that you make an offer, an NFT will be created with the picture of the NFT of the guy that's on it, and he will send to his wallet on OpenSea and Blur. And once he will open his wallet on OpenSea and Blur, he will see a new NFT on his wallet that he's not familiar with that says, hey, you got an offer on NFT.protection, which means we will push to owners NFTs that said you got an offer with the offer details in order to hijack in them to come over and see what the heck is going on here. And that will bring a lot of attention to those seller holders. Now, another thing that I can make an offer is not necessarily with my wallet. If I will make an offer with my wallet, meaning that I need to put money and lock it, which means if I make an offer and nobody accepts it, my money is just not working. It stay on the smart contract waiting until I will cancel or we will get accepted, right? But if I will make an offer by not wallet, but deposit money to my vault, I can deposit money to my vault and keep it on my vault. And I can even get APY by holding that in my vault, self-custody fully. And now I can go and make quantum offers, completely phantom offers. What that means is that if I have, for example, $10,000 in my vault or $1,000 in my vault, I can go and spread millions of offers for NFTs at any price in terms that I like. And my money is not moving from the vault, it stays there. Only when somebody will accept my offer, only then the vault will take the money, execute the order, and the rest of the offer, the quantum offer will disappear because I can only have $1,000 to use, but I can make a lot of offer of $1,000 with the same $1,000 without using the $1,000. So that will allow basically another buy power for people to basically make offer with gas and fee for free, right? There is no gas and fee when you doing that. Now, another thing that is going to change the game in the NFT industry, it's all the royalty part. If you remember, there was a lot of discussion about NFT royalty in the last few months, and OpenSea even decided that they're going to remove that and turn it to be voluntary. If somebody wants to pay royalty, welcome aboard. If you don't want to pay, you don't have to. Now, what's the problem with royalty? The problem with royalty is that if someone as a creator create an NFT and sell it, let's say, for cheap price and hoping to keep gaining pieces from the future when it will continue to flip, that's the royalty part. The problem with OpenSea is that if a seller do that, buyer have a loophole. Buyer can take the NFT out of OpenSea and go to competitor marketplace and list it over there. And that's how you bypass the royalty. And what's happened, a lot of buyer trick sellers by taking out of OpenSea the NFT and relist it on someplace else. And that's what caused to OpenSea to say, okay, we will remove that and only if the seller really want to pay something to the creator, you're willing to do that. But obviously nobody going to pay anybody if there is no really a force here. And what that means is that the royalty is not really working because there is a conflict of interest. Seller as a creator want to get something every day, every time it keeps flipping, but new buyer that buy that see that, why the heck I need to pay to someone that created it? I bought it, it's mine. Why I need to keep giving pieces of my profit, right? And that's where the conflict of interest occur. We create something new. It's not royalty. It's basically ownership royalty. So what that means is that when you basically go ahead and listing NFT for sale, you can decide whether or not you're selling your 100% NFT or you retain some percentage as ownership. So in other words, I can, as creator, sell my NFT instead of $1,000, I can keep 20%, sell 80% for $800, and basically keep 20% for perpetuity. And if I creator, I can even decide if I want to be on top of every other owner or part of the chain. And what that means that the next buyer that will buy the NFT, when he will list it, he will also be asked, do you want to sell your entire 80% or you want to retain some of that? So as you can see, every buyer that buy an NFT and resell it, it can keep some ownership of that NFT for perpetuity. Can you imagine to yourself that Taylor Swift selling royalty of her new album and you spending $1,000 to buy fraction, but then resell it for $1,000 or more or less, but keep 5 or 10 or 20% ownership for that for perpetuity every time people keep buying it forever, or even a virtual real estate or real estate that keep appreciating. So forever, as a buyer, not as a creator, as a buyer, you can buy something, sell it forward, but keep some ownership for yourself for perpetuity. And what that means is that it's a multi-level ownership that every buyer now, not creator, every buyer can get royalty like a creator. And that will bring massive of buy pressure into the NFT industry, because a lot of people will want to buy stuff and basically sell them but keep some. And there is also something called multi-level ownership, OTC, which means if somebody sell NFT and keep fraction of NFT for himself, I can see over here how much ownership they own and how much money they want in exchange, and I can buy them out without talking with them. I can get into their shoes and basically take over their position and collect that royalty from here forward, right? So it's a completely OTC, and everybody that listing an NFT and want to keep some ownership, he has to also say how much you want to be paid. You can see here how much ownership you want to keep, let's say 10%, and how much money you want to get to be buyout. Let's say 10 BNB or 1 ETH or anything that I want, and people can buy me. Obviously, I can change my mind later on and increase it or decrease it, but I have to have a buyout price for people to buy me out if they want to. So that kind of multi-level ownership that will bring a lot of buy power into the NFT industry. One of the best thing ever that you can even imagine about the NFT industry is the next thing, is fork NFT, right? And basically create derivative sub-collection. So just to be clear, when I say the word derivative, I do not mean derivative like the stock market, which means you have a stock that follow the Bitcoin, right? Whatever Bitcoin do, the stock do. No, not that derivative. There is another form of derivative coming from the art world. In the art world, if you have a piece of art, you can create look-alike, which means you don't have to create identical, but it has to be look-alike. That's derivative. If you're creating exactly the Mona Lisa, that's not derivative, that's duplicate, right? So there is duplicate and there is derivative. So what that means, every person, not just the creator, every person that owns any type of NFT, he can basically go to take his NFT and he can turn it to be a derivative. What that means, he can create derivative, he can deposit the NFT and basically mint look-alike using an AI. And what that means, I will give you an example. Let's say I bought a monkey for $100,000. Now, obviously, in my mind, if I spend $100,000 to buy an monkey NFT, I'm probably assuming that I will be able to sell it for a little bit more, but I don't have doubt that I will get, I don't have a dream that I will get 10 million over 100,000, right? It's not proportional because the NFT is already big amount, right? And there is no much investor that can basically buy it or liquidity to sell it. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if I will buy $100,000 monkey NFT, I may sell it for 200, 300, maybe even 500 if I'm super lucky. May I lose some, but I will not get 10 million over that, right? Or millions over that. And what we can do, if I have that monkey, I can deposit that to the smart contract, and I can basically create lookalike, which will mean 10,100 as many as I want, right? It's go 50 each time, so I can pay minting cost. It's not cost much, and I can mint as many as I like. Look alike, the AI will mint for me. And then what will happen is that I can take, let's say I mint 10,000 NFTs, look alike as derivative, and I can now, after I have that derivative, I can conduct derivative offering, not initial offering as a creator, derivative offering. Which means I'm the buyer, I'm not the creator. I can buy NFT from creator, I can deposit that, minting 10,000 or 1,000 look-alike, and then conducting derivative offering. And I can sell each of those derivative, let's say for $100, which means I will make from those derivative offering $1 million over $100,000 NFT, right? And then whoever going to buy that derivative, what will happen is that they will know that this derivative is basically belong to the original NFT that belong to the original smart contract, because there is also zero proof knowledge that you can put your NFT basically information and immediately will tell you whether or not if this NFT is belong or not belong to the original NFT that been deposited, right? So you can prove that they are related, like a son and father, right? And whoever going to buy that NFT for $100, you may assume that if the father costs $100,000, maybe $100 will be worth 500 or 1,000. So from their point of view, there is a lot of room to scale. It's like you have token 0.000. That's how the mine works, right? But for me, by creating and minting 10,000 derivatives, selling them for $100 each, I immediately made $1 million over $100,000 investment on this monkey. And it can be on any NFT, not just the monkey. Now, whoever going to collect all those NFTs can burn them. And the last guy that will burn and deposit the NFT can release the NFT monkey back. So basically, you can take the monkey back the moment that every NFT been destroyed back and is not exist. Now, when I put my NFT and I'm minting those derivatives, I'm receiving a master NFT to my wallet, which means anytime I like, I can go ahead and mint more, right? Now, remember, my NFT is locked. I receive master NFT key that allow me to keep minting NFTs from this NFT that's locked. But guess what? I can go ahead and sell it. I can sell it to anyone, and I say, hey, I mint 10,000, I mint 1 million, pay me another $1 million, I will give you the master key. Go ahead and mint as many as you like, right? It's like to give over ownership over Yacht Club, right? It's like somebody give you ownership over Yacht Club company and say, hey, do you want to buy the company, not the monkey, right? So that's how powerful it is. Another thing that is super powerful is basically lending protocol. And what that means is that today you don't really have lending protocol. If somebody have an NFT, you may find some players that will say, hey, I will give you 50% LTV for a monkey. But if you will come with an NFT that you create yesterday morning, or it's not really top tier blue chip, nobody will lend anything for you. And even they will, it will be very low LTV whatsoever. And here we can basically support any NFT, even if it created yesterday, up to 100% LTV. And how that works. If I offer 1,000 NFT for sale and somebody bought my NFT and deposit $1,000 into the insurance smart contract, I remind you the money is there. I didn't touch the money because we're under protection period, right? Now, by the way, if I want to touch the money and mint derivative, I have to waive the protection as an owner, which means there is incentive for people to waive the protection in order, because you cannot mint derivative from an NFT if you're not yet on it. And you're not on it. I remind you, if you're buying an NFT, you own it and not own it simultaneously. If you like the outcome, you're the owner. If you don't like the outcome, you can cancel, get your money back. But you cannot mint derivative as long as you waive in the protection or protection is over. So there is incentive for people to waive the protection. Now, the point is that if your $1,000 is locked in the smart contract, the insurance smart contract, what that means, at any time without talking with me during the protection time, you can click on the button and you can borrow 100% LTV minus the deductible and the lending fee. So let's say 90%, just for example. So imagine yourself someone buying NFT for $1,000 and then he doesn't have any money to invest anymore in NFT business. And then he deposit his NFT, he's not selling it, he deposit it, borrow 90% of that $1,000, $900, and then he go and buy another NFT. and then you deposit that and borrow another 90% and buy another 9%, another 9%. So basically, as you can see, we even create a leverage. People can deposit and borrow against, and you don't need lender. There is no lender protocol here. You don't need the voting DAO schmao, instantly lending 100% minus the deductible. So if somebody is not returning the money on time meaning until the protection is over, let's say 65 days, if somebody is not paying back the money, the loan, NFT go back to the seller, and the deductible fee is secure for the seller. So seller receive back the NFT plus the deductible, so no harm feeling, right? So as you can see, there is a leverage also instrument here that allow people to use the same money again and again and again during especially bull market, and use the same money as a leverage to buy. This is something that is very fascinating. We do not have, even though it's a marketplace per se, there is no marketplace fee. If you do not use insurance and pay insurance, there is insurance fees that we charge. If you don't do any insurance or buy NFT with insurance, just buy NFT like OpenSea, you pay 0 marketplace fee. You can sell and buy NFT for free. In other words, whatever Blur and OpenSea fighting between themselves, who is going to give up first on the 0 market fees, because then this is the bread and butter, so they need it eventually to kick in. In our case, we don't make money from that, so we don't care about that. It's completely free. People can sell and buy NFT completely free, no problem at all. Only when they use insurance, then we have insurance basically fee for cover. And if they use an insurance, then they pay deductible to the seller. If they do not use the insurance, they don't pay any deductible fee whatsoever, right? Now, there is more sophisticated stuff like decentralized DVC, which is basically a new type of technology that will allow to disrupt the VC industry. And I believe that will bring a lot of buy power into that world. What that means is that people can go ahead and launch their own DVC, and they can do buy criteria and sell criteria, which means it's not DAO based. There is no changing of those two later on. It has to be set up front, and it's never changed. So you can build the smart contract. Actually, we build the smart contract. We just set up the terms. You can say buy anything with protection, or buy anything with zero slippage, 0 deductible, or buy only from Yak Club, or buy anything that never been sold before, those that have been sold a few times. Or after you buy it, combine 2 or 3 or 4 together as a pack and sell it again for 20% above what I bought it as minimum, or maybe for the higher bidder, but no less than. And if you cannot sell it on time before the period of protection is over, return it back and get my money back and retry again. So basically, every VC tells to his investors how he's going to use the money. But investor LP need to hope that the VC will perform and stick with whatever they promise. Here, it's happening automatically. You can basically, as an open-ended fund or closed-ended fund, you can join to those DVCs. So for example, you can say, okay, I like this criteria, or I like this criteria. I want to become a backer and add money to this pool, and you will have basically ownership of that performance, and you can withdraw your money anytime. And whoever running those pools can also act as decentralized GP. Okay, imagine if someone have a Twitter with a lot of followers, and he say to his community, I open DVC, go deploy money. It's automatically going to buy whatever the smart contract says it's going to buy and resell it as the smart contract says to resell it. But I keep 20% profit from the profit. Why? Because every time it will buy something, I will tweet in my Twitter and make a big noise around it. So that's my added value. Or imagine if someone is a developer building on virtual reality land, and instead of buying the land, it can basically buy the land with people money, develop building on that, rent it to Nike, make income stream. In other words, appreciate the land, the virtual land, try to sell it to a higher price. And he asked the people to give him 50%. It's automatically building 50% for the profit, because without them, they cannot appreciate the land, right? You bring added value. So as you can see, there is not only LP, but also basically there is a decentralized GP position. Another thing that is also new, and I think that will wrap kind of the main thing here, is basically syndication. So what the syndication meaning, that if you want to buy any type of NFT, you can either go ahead and buy it by yourself, or you can basically start a syndication or join syndication. But it's not syndication like the syndication like SEC issues, that there is someone that's running that. It's completely central. And it's not syndication that if someone keep a piece and he doesn't want to sell it, all the other members stuck because they need that piece to sell the NFT again. This is a syndication that everybody can deploy money together, and the NFT will go ahead and resell it. Sorry, the syndication will go again and relist it to the higher bidder under new auction. So it's automatically designed to resell and give back to all the members the profit, but no less than what they bought it from. So that's how people will be able to come together and basically conduct syndication and buy very expensive parts, right? Very expensive NFTs. So now that you understand the DeFi of DNFi of the NFT industry, how we're going to do, I will also going to show you quickly how we plan to, and obviously there is a lot of airdrop stuff that coming over here from people will be rewarded for making an offer or purchasing or selling or multi-level ownership or listing or depositing, and everything is completely decentralized, right? But one of the things that we plan to do when it comes to public offering, we plan to do a unique airdrop model that we plan that not only will bring a lot of attention, but will educate people about this platform as they're using it. So imagine yourself that we create an NFT, and imagine yourself that this NFT basically has an underlying asset. What that means, if you're holding this NFT, every time it's been selling forward, there is a random number how much airdrop this NFT is eligible for. Airdrop can be between 0 to $500,000, right? And what that means is that if you bought it, suddenly it can show that you're eligible for 100,000 NFT Pro token. Or maybe the next buyer randomly will change and will say 200,000 or 500,000 or $1, sorry, or one token or 0 token. So it's randomly changed every time it keeps selling forward. And if somebody happy, let's say the NFT launched at 1 cent, but is going to $1, and suddenly somebody bought it for $10,000 or $50,000, but now it's worth $500,000. Maybe he doesn't want to sell it forward. So he can surrender, destroy the NFT and collect the token that it represents as an airdrop, and he will hold those tokens. So basically the NFT has an underlying asset as an airdrop, but it's unknown how much it will be. It's changing every time. Now, if somebody is not happy with what he got, let's say you invest $10,000, but you got NFT that's worth with all the reward, the airdrop reward, 5,000, right? You have two choices: either sell it forward to the next bar, so you may get better, or you can cancel, get your money back. Because as you can see here, we offer a 365 days protection with 10% deductible. And we also have multi-level ownership of 20% every time we sell it. And whoever buying it can keep offering his own term, his own insurance. So as people play with that, they're basically discovering the concept of protection. So if people can go ahead and buy it, the first cost that we're selling that is $2,000. So if somebody buying the NFT, it costs $2,000, and then you will see how many airdrop it will be eligible for. And if it's changing mind, you can basically click on insurance, return it, and get his money back, or resell it back. Now, another thing that this NFT has is basically it's an AI driving NFT. So what that means is that I can come over here and I can change the peer of the NFT. I can say to the AI, I don't know, I need a car in Las Vegas, and then it will charge me basically $1 in order to create three new visuals. And once I will choose one of them, what will happen, the NFT will be changed from where it started to something new. So every time somebody buying the NFT, and you can change the appearance of the NFT, and then it becomes to be a movie, right? Like how it started versus how it's now, and everybody can influence that again and again and change it to a different direction. So every buyer of NFT not only getting a new airdrop, but you can also shift the NFT to look alike in the way that they're thinking serve them the best, right? It's take a little bit like 2-3 minutes to generate the AI because that's how the industry today is not super fast. But over the time, I'm sure that the AI will be faster to do stuff. And then it's basically because it's not only doing the AI, it's also generating the video in a very unique way that's moving from picture to picture, like 10,000 pictures. But after 2-3 minutes, once it's been done, I will show how it looks like. Yeah, so that's how we plan to do that. As you can see, we don't have any pre-sale. We didn't welcome any investors. There is no sell pressure. Whoever got the NFT over Pro token obviously will be behind the dumper shield, but there is no first position. Nobody bought any token. So whoever got it will be first in line to engage with liquidity. The entire ecosystem that you see over here will be mimic to this is NFT for art, but we will deploy that also on land. It will be metaverse only for virtual land. We'll do it for music, we'll do it for fashion, we'll do it for VTubers, and we'll do it for ViewSinger, which is decentralized basically AI voice, which is going to change completely the music industry in the way that's never been done before. In order to another thing that is important to understand how people can make money from that, which is basically become to be an affiliate. You see here this icon. I can go ahead and basically list it on Telegram or Twitter. If I will go ahead and list it on Twitter, what will happen once I will do that, every time I will list it on my Twitter, and let's go to Twitter just to see it. Whoever going to buy it, going to buy it in a new way. And I want to explain what that means. Usually social media all the time being used in a way that you're listing something on them in order to drive user out of the social media to your platform. Conversion rate, right? You want user to come from Twitter to your platform. Here we build the technology that we take piece of our technology, piece of our website, and put it in Twitter, put it in LinkedIn, put it in Telegram. So users do not need to leave. What that means, I can go ahead and basically buy this NFT directly. Right now, you said that I don't have basically fund in this wallet, but I can basically go ahead and buy directly from Twitter without leaving Twitter. Obviously, I need a smart extension for that. Everybody that download that will be able to interact with those stuff. And I can list and buy directly without leaving Twitter. I can buy directly from Telegram without leaving Telegram. Can you imagine that there is a lot of influencer, NFT influencer, that they have Twitter with many followers or Telegram with many followers, and they anyway say to you from time to time, hey, you should go and buy this NFT, or you should follow after this collection because it's very one that you want to follow, but they don't make money from introducing stuff that they believe in. Now they can basically say, hey, you should buy this NFT because I believe in it, but if somebody will buy it, they will get basically 50% of the our fee from the insurance fee, right? And they will make money as an affiliate every time somebody is doing it. And that will bring a lot of attention that we took a piece from the website and put it in the social media instead of take the user from social media and bring them to our platform, right? It's really built in a new way.
Yoda, sorry, Yoda, I need to stop for 1 second and ask you, are we going to be cut off here at 2 p.m. or is this AMA?
We are very close to end, so we can even do a few minutes. Here the AI is finished. I just want to play it to show how it looks like. So as you can see, it changed it to a car in Las Vegas. So as you can see from, that's why I chose, and now I have an NFT car in Vegas because that's what my prompt was. So
okay, so Yoda, let me ask a few questions here. It looks like you once again have created a very straightforward, easy to understand platform. No, it's always really complicated, like everything else you've been doing. And so how far along are you with having this built?
How long we have left, or how long we build it?
How much, what percentage completed are you right now?
Oh, we right now on the final testing. We finished to build it in the last 2.5 years. We spent $2 million on that. It was very massive code to build. And basically right now we're doing the testing and finalizing. So I believe in the next few months we will bring it into the market. We'll start with it. The NFT will be it, the protocol will be it, but we'll open that to other chains as well.
Okay, and you'll have this audited before you release this to the world?
So we will start auditing parts of that. We're never auditing all the parts, because if I want to audit all our protocol, I need to spend $3 million of auditing. So we're only auditing the part that put risk, money in risk, like depositing money to vault or pay. So those are the part that should be audited.
So in other NFT projects, we've had problems where there's all this wash trading. People, figure out ways to generate tokens for themselves by, just manipulating the platform. Is there a concern that this is going to happen here?
So basically, if somebody will do, if somebody deposit to the wallet, this is a dummy numbers. Don't pay attention for that right now. It's not live. But here you will have real-time numbers. If somebody deposit money to his vault, there will be allocation that will split between everybody per watt. If somebody will do a listing, he will be rewarded. If somebody make an offer, and even if the offer is not get accepted, he will get rewarded. Now I remind you that all those rewarded, they're behind the dumper shield. Obviously there is no first position, so they're higher position already, but nobody can take a bunch of tokens that either bought, gained, airdrop, or rewarded and come to any type of DEX that we have and drop the price in the market. It's not really possible. There will be completely zero sell pressure on the market for that token. And 80% from every profit that we make from fees go back again to the token to buy it, increase the value, and remove it from the circulation, which means a completely correlation business model of royalty to the token.
Right. And so most people are going to listen to this project and, trying to get their head around it. And then you're going to throw out terms like Dumper Shield, which is like an entirely different project, and your correlated token model that is all new. And so there's just going to be a lot of education required for people to understand how some of your protocols work. You also mentioned the smart extension is going to need to work with this project. And again, that's something that no one really understands what that is. But we are running out of time here. So, I wanted to have Laurie introduce himself and, tell us, how he got involved and his background, and then ask him a couple questions. Is there any way that we can extend this AMA, Yoda?
Yeah. We can go a few more minutes. It's not running. I mean, the link.
It's only 4 minutes left. I'd like to give Laurie a little more time than that too.
But we can stay a few more minutes after, because we start a few minutes waiting for people, so that's fine.
Very good. Okay, Laurie. So, Yoda's pretty excited when he brought you on board, and I spoke with you, and I've seen your background, and it's quite impressive. But why don't you have your hello world moment here and introduce yourself to our community?
Well, hello, everybody. My name's Laurie Harding. As you might know, it's written on the screen. Yoda got in touch with me a couple of months ago, and I'm going to be completely candid now, Yoda. When you have one of those calls at the end of the day and you don't really know the person or how it's going to go and you kind of want to rush through it, that was kind of my call with Yoda. It was supposed to be a 30-minute call at the end of the day, and it turned into something similar that we're seeing today, an hour and a half to 2 hours of explaining the process of all of these products and unlocking a ridiculous amount of potential in my eyes, to the extent that I don't even think Yoda quite realized what he had on his hands, and neither you, Banksy, yourself, when I spoke to you about it. There is a lot to unpack here. There's no denying this in any way, shape, or form. NFT protection as it stands is a big, grandiose idea for me. The eliminating of wash trading, the derivatives, the insurance protocols, the unlimited offers without gas, all of these things could be separate products within themselves, the dumper shield, what have you. But the thing that excites me the most is the energy from Yoda, and generally speaking from a marketing perspective, my job is to shine light and highlight the things that are good and try to negate any attention from the things that are bad. But let's just say with every call I've had with Yoda so far, and we spent hours on the phone together over the last couple of months, there is just more good added on top, to the extent that my job becomes, how do we choose which pieces to highlight, who do we choose to highlight them to, and how are we going to make this platform the next NFT marketplace, the household name, the mecca of all things NFT going forward. And I know that sounds like quite a task, but to be honest, it's really not. Look at the competition so far. What do we have? Magic Eden, we got OpenSea, we got Blur, that's just full of wash trading mess. And it's frankly, not only is it a little bit toxic and counterproductive to the space in general, but it really negates the onboarding of new users and people being able to use something that's user friendly. If you entered Blur as a new user now, it looks scary. Like, it looks anxiety inducing as it is. And this is not what you need. We need something that targets the OGs at the top tier, the artists, the people that are flipping, and the people that are just starting to dip their toes in this. And for me, if you can eliminate wash trading and you can have unlimited gas offers, you've got the beginning people, the people that are just looking to enter. If you can sit there and negate wash trading and you can offer insurance protocols, you have the OGs. And with all the other products and services we're offering in between, that gets you the mix with the artists and the flippers. And there is just such a mix of amazing products and services here that not only serve as a new marketplace and something that we've never seen before, but I generally feel that with the NFT space, more specifically to Web3, there is kind of this feeling now that we don't know what's coming next, but we know there has to be something. We're looking for a light at the end of the tunnel. And when I started pitching Yoda my ideas, this is what I highlighted. We want to be that light at the end of the tunnel. We want to be the thing people see for the future within this space. I agree with Yoda 100% that everything from real estate to automotive to every single industry will have tokenization in some way, shape, or form going forward. It's just how rigid these infrastructures are. And this is why gaming is such a hot topic at the moment, because it's taking a seemingly digital asset and just making people being able to own it and trade it. And that's not a hard lift, whereas approaching hundreds of thousands of years worth of housing market and the rigid infrastructure that comes with that is going to take a bit more to come. I, throughout my course with Yoda, have unboxed so much that it just leaves me wondering why this isn't a massive success already, why this hasn't been brought to market. And I'm very excited to be part of the team that's going to make this the success that, to be candid with you, I don't think it is. I know it's going to be. I think it requires a bit of je ne sais quoi in some places, and it's going to take a bit of finessing, but we have a product that outshines anything in the market. It negates any kind of negative connotations that we currently see in the space. And it's user friendly. It has airdrop connotations and all those healthy buzzwords that people like to hear. So for me, this 30-minute call that I was a little bit unsure about has turned into quite an interesting conversation. And at my current state, I don't see, as I said to Yoda a couple of calls in, my situation was quite busy, and I'm seeing a lot of uptick in work, as I'm sure many of you working in Web3 are now. There's only a few months to kind of acquire this team before we see the bull market come back. But I would see myself kicking myself in a few months if I wasn't part of this project. And that's why I'm here today, Craig.
Thank you, Laurie. And can you tell us a little bit about your background? We only have a couple minutes left, I think, unless Yoda can figure out how to extend this.
Absolutely. I'll try to keep it quick. So from a Web2 perspective, I come from a fashion and entertainment background in PR and communications, a little bit of business development as well. From a Web3 capacity, I started Bitcoin 2014. Let's go. I tried to start a mining farm in my mother's basement, which was incredibly short-lived. She kicked me out of there, and she does a post every single year about how she regrets doing it, and she could be writing this post from a boat right now. That was her mistake. we both paid the price for that one, but that was her mistake. Since then, though, I kind of made a name for myself in fashion and entertainment, so I was relatively popular on social media and all these things. When I decided to start venturing into Web3 cryptocurrencies before Web3 and NFTs were even coined a phrase, I kind of translated some of that audience across. There wasn't a great deal of translation because the two industries are very irrelevant, to be fair. But when I started to build my name properly was when NFTs really started to become a thing. So for me, it was like 2019, early 2020, when I started to actually pay attention to the word and kind of the buzz topics and the collections were starting to be released. But I think during the bull run, it was almost impossible not to make money for people. I think I consulted for 10 clients and all of them were massively successful. Some of them have fizzled off into nothing. Others are still here. But it's one of those things, you can't really judge people by a bull market success. It's what you've done with the bear that really shows the true builders and innovators within this space. And my most recent undertaking this year was I was with Cool Cats as the partnership manager. I previously worked with a bunch of other people that you would have heard of before, but now I work 4 other positions. I'm working as a senior partnership manager. I work for a children's charity called Roald Dahl's Marvelous Children's Charity, and I'm helping the Family Foundation of Roald Dahl secure Web3 sponsorships from corporate entities. And I'm looking to co-found this project with Yoda, amongst a couple of other things that I'm forgetting off the top of my head in this exact moment. But
And
that's
are
my
you on the
background in a
board of the
nutshell.
you're board of the NFT conference in San Francisco?
Yeah, I'm on the board of NFT San Francisco actually, and I'm actually looking to take another board seat. I'm not going to announce it just yet because it's not confirmed and signed and sealed yet, but I generally advise for numerous event providers and NFT and Web3 and digital innovation conferences. Yes.
Well, it sounds like you're bullish, Laurie, and you are correct. When I spoke with you, you got me really excited once I heard, someone, so advanced in the space to just be so floored by this technology. So I think we're out of time now, and so we have a Telegram channel set up, and people can review this when they have a chance and ask questions, and Yoda will continue to roll this out with Laurie's help, and start bringing this to everyone's attention. Anything else, Yoda?
No, I think we cover. I will be glad if people can play with that, see if we miss anything, if something is not clear, maybe some wording needed, explanation. We obviously should create some layer of instruction when it's showing you each part what it's doing. So when somebody is getting into the platform for the first time, maybe some videos explanation. But definitely having people to give us feedback, that's the purpose of this call, to see what they think about it. It's kind of the first time that I'm revealing that to our community. We only talk with one-on-one people so far. So it's really, really exciting to see what people thinking about it.
So Yoda, you're going to post a link to the website on the Telegram
I
channel?
will share the video because it's recording, right? Yeah, it's recording. So I will share the video. We're probably going to use an AI to break it down to chapter, so it will not be long as it now. So people can play parts, and whoever is not here will be able to review it later.
And I know a lot of the community is going to ask us, how does this help those who have invested in some of your other projects?
So that's very straightforward. There is a few stuff that's going to apply. Number one, when people basically want to buy stuff, they not necessarily have the token, or they want to buy in different tokens. So instead of sending them someplace else, Degen will be behind the scene to allow them to pay with whatever they have when the protocol will get whatever they need. And then when people want to basically list it on Telegram or LinkedIn or Twitter, the buyers that want to have it built in inside of Twitter will see listing, but they will never click to download the smart extension. You cannot basically participate in Twitter or Telegram or anything without the smart extension. So it will incentivize a lot of people to utilize the smart extension and download that. Obviously, since there is no really sell pressure or many investors, actually zero investor, we didn't raise money for this project at all. That means that once it will provide a lot of liquidity, or even will scale, any token holder from Smart, Degen, PDO, Freeze, any one of those will be able to relocate his holding from face value point of view to this project. So let's say I have $1,000 value of Smart token. I can basically destroy them and reminting $1,000 face value of NFT. Obviously, I will come as a second position, but since there is no first position right now, I will be the higher position anyway. I will be behind the dumper shield, which means I will not be able to take the token, dump it into the DEX, but I will be able to engage with liquidity and enjoy from exit strategy. So in other words, anytime that we're building a project, not only that you're working with other projects, but also is providing liquidity and exit strategy to the old token holder from other projects. So those that came earlier to Smart, Degen, PDO, and Freeze, they're very lucky because right now it's the bull run, and we're not going to find ourselves onboarding a lot of more users. So they will enjoy from a lot of projects that go into the market, a lot of liquidity and exit strategy, and moving between them in a way that there is no much competition. There is no many token holder in the ecosystem of our tokens. So that will really benefit. Imagine if you invest in one project, but basically in the back door you have 10 that you can access to.
Well, I'm hoping that everyone does come to see the light and eventually feels that they were lucky to get into your projects, because I'm not sure how long this bear has been that all the community feels that way, but I certainly do. Last question, Yoda, is you talk about having this this connected with Twitter, be able to buy, click on Twitter and to have a wallet pop up and buy the NFT. Is Elon going to like that? Is that going to be a problem with Twitter when they start seeing that we've incorporated a way to buy an NFT through their site?
So the way that it works, Elon cannot do anything about it. But that being said, I think he will very like that people bring added value to his Twitter and not take a user out of his Twitter, because he said that he will want kind of basically do that. So I think it will be aligned with his vision. But that being said, the reason I can see this picture and actually buy it is because I have smart extension. So I can do the same thing on Amazon. I saw companies, when you go to Amazon, they're adding another button and say to you, I have a better price for you in someplace else. Amazon cannot remove it because it's your browser that's doing it. It's not Twitter that's doing it, right? Basically, your browser adding to Twitter functionality that we apply, and Twitter cannot remove it. To remove it, they need to ban Twitter to be live on any browser in the world.
Got it. And so the NFT, the smart extension is only working currently on laptops. It's not working on phones as of right now.
There is no extension on. We'll find a way how to do it on cell phone, because half of the market using cell phone when they engaging with crypto. So we eventually find a way, but it's not regular app. It's requiring a little bit twist and work around it. We will be there. I will not wait for next year, but obviously the moment that we'll see that we got everything right with the extension and the browser and it's scaling and people like it, we'll immediately start to spend energy and time on find a way how to do that on cell phones.
Okay. Thank you guys. Lori is now in the NFT Protection chat. And so you can ask him questions directly if anyone has any. And Yoda is always on his chats. So you could pose questions directly for Yoda. And I think that's it for today, guys.
Yep, absolutely.
It's been a pleasure. Nice to meet you all.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.